Good morning, student. Myself, Dr. Aradhana Datta Johari. This is our second lecture, and we are going to start probability and statistics course with variables. In earlier lecture, we have already studied what is statistic and what are the types of statistics. Statistics. In my previous lecture, we have learned this. Now, to study this lecture, the prerequisite is required, that is you should know what are statistical data. The objective of this lecture is to study variables and its frequency distribution. Now already we have studied in previous lectures what are variables and what are constant. Variable that vary its value. Okay, now the variables can be classified into two ways. First is qualitative and another is quantitative. Qualitative variable can be classified as dichotomic and polynomial, and quantitative, that is discrete and continuous. Here the examples are already given, and in previous lecture I have already explained in detail. Okay. Now we come to the numerical scale of measurement in statistics, that is nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio. Nominal means that consists of categories in each of which the number of respective observation is recorded. All categories are said to be mutually exclusive. In ordinal, it contains more information consisting of distinct category in which order is implied. Okay, for example, excellent, good, fair and poor. In a particular order, they are defined. And in interval, you know that the set of numerical measurement is fixed with a distance of numbers. Okay, what is ratio? It consists of numerical measurement where the distance between the number is known as constant size. In addition, there is a non-arbitrary 0 point. Now, the numerical representative of qualitative data, that is by pivoted table and contingency. In in both cases, you will study it by the help of graph. Okay, so first you should know what is frequency distribution. It shows the frequency and the number of occurrence of any event or any data in how many times, or you can say frequency distribution, how many times a particular data is in repetitive chance. Okay, now the steps for constructing a frequency distribution: you must know the number of class, you must know the size of class, determine a starting point of first class, now tally the number of values that occurs in each class and prepare the table. I hope already you have done in class 6 to 8 standard, because tally table we prepare there. Okay, I have already repeated you. Now you must know what is absolute frequency, what is relative frequency, what is cumulative frequency distribution, and cumulative frequency are denoted by these symbols. The symbols that are written here. Now we come to the charts and graph. You know that to represent data, we take the help of chart and graph. But with the help of chart and graph, we can diagrammatically measure, or we can diagrammatically see or judge the values of data what is asked. This is pictorial representation of data. First we see here histogram. Histogram graphically representative of interval and ratio data. Okay, the adjacent bar indicates the numerical range is being summarized by indicating the frequency in arbitrary chosen class. This is the histogram representation. Now we come to the polygon representation. Polygon representation, it means we represent it by a graph. It constructs a frequency polygon to mark frequency on a vertical and horizontal axis. Okay, the diagram is in such a way. Clear? Next, we come to the OGIVE. OGIVE, a graph of cumulative frequency distribution. Here we use cumulative frequency distribution. OGIVE is used when one wants to determine how many observations lie in above or below a certain value of a distribution. Okay. Next we come. This is an OGIVE chart. You can easily see. Next we come to the pie chart, and pie chart, it is an effective way of displaying the percentage breakdown of data by category. With the help of pie chart we can get a percentage distribution of data. This is commonly used in many statistical informations, and it is very good looking to get information in a one circle how much percentage the data is distributed. Here we are using how we will use pie chart formula. We know that the total value of pi is always 100%. Okay, it is also known as a circle of subtending an angle of 360 degree, and the total data is equal to 360. Based on these, there are two main formulas we use in pie chart. To calculate the percentage of the given data, we use the formula frequency divided by the total frequency into 100. Okay, and to convert the data into degree, what we use the given data divided by the total value of the data into 360, right? Now now to construct, how will you construct a pie chart? In above slide we learned how will you we use formula. Now how will we construct pie chart? We use the following step to construct the pie chart. As mentioned in the above formula, we calculate in step 1, we write all the data into table and add up all the values to get the total value. Second step is to find the value in the form of percentage and divide the each value by the total and multiply by the 100. And in third step, we found how many degree of each pi sector we need. For this, we use the formula frequency divided by total frequency into 360. Once all the degree for creating a pie chart are calculated, we draw a circle using calculated measurement with the help of protractor. Next is bar chart. Bar chart is very easy chart. We can individually plot. We can individually plot the bar chart if you have a data that we have already studied in lower classes. Bars are separated. We can draw a bar by using a separate graph, a vertical line. Okay, to represent our mathematical data into graph, we generally use a bar chart. This is very easy to plot. Now I am summarizing this lecture. In this lecture, we have learned how do we describe variables in statistics. The variables are categorized as qualitative and quantitative. What are the numerical scale of measurement? How you numerical represent qualitative and quantitative data? You have also represent pictorial representation of numerical data by using graph and chart. Now here one assignment problem is given to you. The whole pie represents the value 100. As we know, It is divided into 10 slices or sectors, the various color representing the various colors representing the ingredient chip to prepare the cake. Okay. So what would be the exact quantity of each of the ingredient represented by the specific color in the following pie chart? Then you have to calculate the percentage of the color, percentage of the ingredient like butter, egg, flour and sugar in this pie chart. Hope all you will find easily. Okay, this is this was the last of your topic and today's topic, and we will learn in next lecture the measures of central tendency. Thank you. Okay, meet you in next lecture.